Explained. What will Sunday's US-Iran nuclear talks be about? Will Israel's offensive upset equations? Will the US-Iran nuclear talks take place on Sunday, June 15? Doubts are being cast upon the status of the talks after Israel carried out strikes on Iran on Friday under Operation Rising Lion. Iran and the United States were scheduled to meet for a fresh round of nuclear talks in Muscat, Oman, on Sunday. This will be the sixth round of indirect discussions between the two sides since early 2025. The talks are aimed at finding a peaceful solution that prevents Iran from developing a nuclear weapon, while also lifting some of the harsh economic sanctions Iran faces. Nanan talks began earlier this year after Iran reportedly restarted parts of its nuclear program that it had paused under a 2015 deal which the US left in 2018. The discussions have been slow and difficult. Iran wants the US to lift sanctions that hurt its economy. The US wants Iran to stop enriching uranium to near weapons-grade levels. The initial rounds of talks earlier this year focused on reversing enrichment activities that Iran had reportedly resumed after 2018 after Trump withdrew from the JCPOA. The fourth round in May 2025 in Muscat was characterized as difficult but productive. Iran insisted on its right to limited enrichment, while the US demanded a complete halt. So far, no agreement has been reached. The fifth round continued the same deadlock. In the last meeting, the US reportedly gave Iran a new offer to which Tehran was supposed to respond on Sunday. Uranium enrichment. Iran has been reportedly enriching uranium to nearly 60% or purity, which is close to the level needed to make a bomb. The US wants this to stop completely. Iran says it needs enriched uranium for peaceful purposes like energy and medicine. Inspections. The International Atomic Energy Agency (IAEA), which checks nuclear sites, says Iran has blocked access to some of its facilities. The US and other countries want full access for inspectors. Trust issues. Iran says it doesn't trust the US to keep any promises, especially after the US pulled out of the 2015 deal. The US wants stronger guarantees that Iran won't break the rules again. Nanan. Just 2 days before the next round of talks, Israel launched airstrikes inside Iran, reportedly targeting military and nuclear-related sites. These strikes have made the situation even more tense. Iran has blamed the US for not stopping Israel, while Israel claims it acted because diplomacy wasn't working. Meanwhile, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said the United States was not involved in Israel's strikes against Iran, adding Tehran must not target U.S. interests or personnel in the region. Tonight, Israel took unilateral action against Iran. We are not involved in strikes against Iran and our top priority is protecting American forces in the region, Rubio said in a statement. Let me be clear, Iran should not target U.S. interests or personnel, he added. Some experts fear that the talks could collapse, or that Iran could pull out altogether in protest. However, U.S. President Donald Trump on Friday said his country remains committed to a diplomatic resolution to the Iran nuclear issue. He also said he had directed his administration to negotiate with Iran. We remain committed to a diplomatic resolution to the Iran nuclear issue. My entire administration has been directed to negotiate with Iran, Trump wrote in a post on Truth Social. They could be a great country, but they first must completely give up hopes of obtaining a nuclear weapon, the US president added. Nanan. If the talks indeed take place and they go well, Iran might agree to limit uranium enrichment in exchange for some sanctions relief. That could reopen the path to a full deal later this year. Swipe left for next video. However, if talks fail, tensions could rise even more. Iran may speed up its nuclear program, and Israel might strike again. There's also a risk of a wider conflict in the Middle East. If nothing changes, the US and Europe could push for more international sanctions through the United Nations. The IAEA may also declare Iran in serious violation of its agreements. Latest blogs.